let's get into this one because there's genuine friction building between Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith, and it looks like McAfee might be the one fanning the flames. Here's the setup. McAfee is currently deep in contract negotiations with ESPN, and the timing here isn't insignificant because ESPN is simultaneously going through a wave of layoffs that shows no signs of letting up. If you've been following the news, you've probably already seen that Ryan Clark was among those let go, along with a handful of other familiar names exiting the network. And it's not over. ESPN continues trimming its roster as we speak. Against that backdrop, McAfee is hammering out his next contract, and it certainly looks like he's making very deliberate moves to send a message, not just to the network itself, but directly to Stephen A. Smith, establishing that when it comes to ESPN's talent lineup, he sees himself sitting at the top. And here's where things get interesting. People have started picking up on McAfee appearing alongside the president. Take a look at this photo, and this isn't just a single still either. There's actual video footage circulating as well. So who's the president we're talking about? Donald Trump. That's the connection everyone's zeroing in on. McAfee positioning himself right next to Trump, and a lot of people believe that's a calculated move, a way of flexing and reminding both ESPN and Stephen A. Smith exactly where the leverage sits right now. And that detail carries more weight than it might seem at first glance, because Stephen A. Smith and Donald Trump have history. The two have gone back and forth publicly before. So McAfee getting close with Trump doesn't read as some random photo opportunity to a lot of viewers. It reads like a pointed statement.
And ESPN commentator Stephen A. Smith, who was talking about running for president, said he would blame you if the Knicks lost the game. How do you respond to that?
I think he's a nice guy, but you need a certain aptitude to run for president. You need a high IQ. I'm not sure that Stephen has that. I don't think he does, actually.
You want to talk about IQ? I could say I put my IQ up against yours any day of the week. I could go one better. I could ask you why you've been running for me the last year since I wanted to talk to you. I could ask you to debate me since you think you that dude, okay? We can go a myriad of ways with all of this, but I'm not gonna let you off the hook because none of that is important. I do appreciate the fact that you called me a nice guy because shh, don't tell anybody. But I actually am a very nice guy. Until you tug at me a little bit. And then after that, I gotta show you.
You can probably already see where this is heading. The timing here isn't coincidental. McAfee cozying up to the president comes right on the heels of Trump and Stephen A.'s own public back and forth. And to really understand why this feels like a shot aimed at Stephen A., we need to rewind a bit. Remember when Stephen A. appeared on his podcast and seemed to walk things back, almost issuing an apology toward Kyrie Irving and Aaron Rodgers? That came after ESPN, with Stephen A. front and center, ran coverage that a lot of people characterized as a smear campaign against both players over the COVID situation. Keep that thread in mind because it all starts tying together.
Airwaves, I had to go on the air. I felt compelled to go on the airwaves and apologize to the likes of NBA star Kyrie Irving or an NFL star like Aaron Rodgers because of the scrutiny they received, the assist that I provided in aiming that scrutiny or assisting in that scrutiny coming in their direction. Because the face of science was telling us this is not wise. This is not what's supposed to be happening. And the level of dominion and control that he was having over the lives of American citizens. I'm just gonna say it over the airwaves of Sirius XM. And it was almost like it gave him a damn hard on. That's right.
I wanted to show you this next clip because it connects directly to that tension. Pat McAfee had Aaron Rodgers on his own show, and Rodgers didn't hold anything back. He used that platform to directly call out ESPN and Stephen A. Smith by name. His argument essentially was that there are things happening right now the network is choosing to stay completely silent on. Yet back when they were going after him, his name was plastered across every segment they could fit it into. So let's actually watch that moment ourselves, and I'll jump back in right after with some thoughts. And hey, if you're enjoying this breakdown, a thumbs up genuinely helps this channel grow. I appreciate every one of you for that.
Quite a run today. If you would like to say anything about it.
No, we can go back to Fauci. Finish where we started.
Okay, on that note, you have a lot of teammates that are vaccinated. That's good heading into the season.
A lot of people had probably fake vac cards back in the day, too.
Not me.
They didn't have a problem with that. I mean, I remember seeing some of the vax cards. I'm like, it was like written in crayon. I'm like, all right, so we're going to pass that off, but we're going to be second-rate citizens over here. I got to wear a yellow armband, train in the back. Can't be around more than 3 people. Oh, you know, you got to wear a mask when you do your interview, and all of us are going to be masked up the entire time back here. We're 20 feet away.
And there it is, Pat McAfee handing Aaron Rodgers the microphone on his own show to go after ESPN directly. The very network cutting McAfee's paycheck, with Stephen A. Smith caught right in the crossfire. Because like I said from the start, this is McAfee making a statement, loud and clear. I'm the top dog here. I move how I want. I can stand next to the president, and the president has nothing but praise for me. No shots, no jabs, nothing resembling what Trump directed at Stephen A. Meanwhile, you've got guys like Rodgers stepping up publicly, essentially rubbing it in that Stephen A. had to walk back his words and apologize. And look, that's not a good look for the network. Fans have already picked up on it, and they're not staying quiet about it either. A lot of them are saying outright, we're not interested in apologies at this point. You ran a full smear campaign against these guys, dragged their names for months on end, and now, years later, you want to sit here and say sorry? And think about the optics of the whole thing. Aaron Rodgers standing on a platform calling out ESPN while the guy handing him that platform is also an ESPN employee. That alone tells you everything you need to know. Pat McAfee isn't playing games with the influence he's built at that network, and he's making sure both Stephen A. Smith and ESPN understand exactly where things stand. So drop your thoughts down in the comments. I want to hear what you all think about this one. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.